looking out for. Then we'll now look at Foglight DB, the cloud version of it. We'll log into it and see how we can deploy this and see how this thing really work. So it's going to be an interesting conversation. So in this this thing we'll understand database monitoring. That I will just in clue, we'll just try to grasp the we'll look at, I've said continuous monitoring is not something, it's not optional, it's compulsory when it comes to cyber security. So in short, with the advent of AI now, you still have to deploy, you just have to continue to monitor. That's where we start looking at SOCs and the likes to do that. So we'll see database security, we'll look at them from the CIA trad. We'll see how we'll see how we can do auditing, we audit logs, and then we'll see how we can do privilege control. We'll talk about them like that, just to pinpoint that. We also see, we identify, just like I said, we'll see bottlenecks. We'll know what bottlenecks are when it comes to database performances. So we'll see how we can also detect malicious activities in databases. We'll now see Foglight and so on as it works. So why do database matters? Why do database matter? Can anybody just say something why we maybe just, can somebody just unmute? I'm not actually seeing the other screen. I'm trying to join with my device, but it's not coming.
Yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you. We can see your screen.
Okay, good. Please, can you tell us what do you understand by database and why do they matter in the field of cyber security?
Okay.
Anybody?
Yeah, so like you said previously, you said all application runs on database because database is more like the backbone of every application, and that's why it's because data's confidential PII data are being saved in a database, which makes it the potential threat for potential place for attackers. So that's why, like I said, it's being monitored by the SOC analysts. But that's why the SOC comes in. Yeah, so that's it. I don't know if there's anything you want me to add. From what you said, I think that's from everything you just said. That's the meaning of database.
Thank you so much. Okay. Evening. Please go ahead.
Yeah, I feel database is the storage for every information and data every organization are running on. So why it matters and the importance of the security is once any threat actor have access to this database, then they have access to everything about that particular organization or their particular target. They know everything about them since all their data and informations are stored in the database.
Thank you so much. So you see, the database is as important as the entire application and the entire organization, not even the application. The database is as important as the entire organization. Take note of that. The database is as important as the entire organization. I'm not saying the entire application, the entire organization, because it is where everything about the organization is being stored. So why the database? They power modern businesses. They are the powerhouse of modern businesses. So every modern application rely on database engines for mission critical decisions or mission critical operation. Things like the banking world, healthcare, e-commerce, telcos. They depend heavily on on databases. Just imagine you want to your banking system, you want to do a transaction, you don't know your balance, how do you even feel? You don't even know your balance, you cannot see your balance, you don't know what is left. So you see, that means the bank doesn't have record, so anybody can just come and fetch from here and put here. So database is very, very important when it comes to it's like the lifeline of every business. Anybody that is doing serious business must take note, must put into consideration secure monitoring and securing its database. So why do we have to monitor it? Now, without monitoring a database, unplanned service downtime and outage, that's you can come in, you can your database can like if you are using a Windows server, there can be updates. Before now, there can be update, and the server will want to update, and before you know it, it will now, for you to integrate it, it will maybe install and attempt to restart, so it will obstruct or disrupt service. So if there's patch, if you want to apply patches, also you need to interfere with it, and if you enable automatic update or automatic patching. So, and if there's also patch, and if you don't integrate those patches, you are also subject to attack. So these are reasons why, if you don't monitor your database, these are the things that you are open to. You are open to unplanned service downtime, slow application response, and user frustrations, or notice data corruption or data loss. You don't, if you are not monitoring it, you don't know what is happening in your database. You don't know what is happening in your organization. That's just the summary of it. But when you start monitoring, you will have an holistic view. Like the particular tool we'll be looking at, Foglight DB. You have an holistic view of what is happening in your entire organization, the queries that are being done, the bottlenecks, the slack. You have a complete comprehensive, so you will know where problems are coming from, or when problems will come. You can anticipate problems and provide solution ahead of that. So you will be proactive in your in both early incident detection and monitoring. You also optimize. You can also look at queries and see how you can optimize queries. You see queries that are not performing very well, you can now go and optimize them, talk to your engineers to modify the queries to see how these things can be better. You can also add in the database and see, okay, what is the what's open, what is what services are running and we don't need them, to get this data, this particular server running up and coming up. Sorry, I'm trying to join from another place so that I can be seen. Okay, we're still not coming up. Okay, so it also give you a continuous business continuity and protection. You have this sense of protection in whatever you do. So this also improves the entire organization's performance. It also increases availability of the application, and you can also see events in real time as they do. So this I don't know if anybody has, if the audience have knowledge of database, like database. Have you laid your hands on any database tool before?
I've once used SQL database.
Okay, SQL. Okay. Who else again?
Yeah, I think the little bit knowledge I have around database is just like maybe the SQL injection to pull out information from databases.
Okay. SQL injection or SQL queries. I've gone
to SQL. Yes, SQL queries to inject, okay. Like, yeah.
Okay. So okay. So I'm just okay. It's all right. So so the things we'll be looking out as a database monitoring and security engineer, what you'll be looking out for is to make sure that your CPU saturation, the percentage, the rate at which your CPU is working, because there's this what we call availability in cybersecurity, CIA. I don't know. I don't know if you have done the basics of cybersecurity. You would have
Yeah,
had the
CIA
CIA
triad.
triad. Yes, so
Yeah,
the CIA triad availability is very, very key. That's confidentiality, integrity, and availability. Those are the pillars. Those are what we do generally summarized when it comes to cybersecurity. So no matter how secure your application is, if it's not available as at when needed, it is useless. So you need to, and storage or system performance or database performance can also, um, lead to system unavailability. I mean, so have you heard of buffer overflow attack? So buffer overflow,
yeah,
that's your,
Yeah.
yeah, good. So good. So you need to be looking out for all those kind of. So these are the things you these are your KPIs that you'll be looking out for. Also, when it comes to for query now, you look at the response time of a query. If you run a particular query, like let's say you request to select particular information from the database, you look at the response time. What is the latency? You look at that. You look at the transaction per second. That's what we call that TPS. You see what is it. So these are things you'll be looking out for when it comes to query performances now. So you look at look at that. So you look at your sessioning. There's what we call sessioning too. Again, if you're a developer, you understand sessioning. You see how long does your session stay alive? How do you destroy your sessions? So these are common things we'll look out for. Then for the DBs, you look at the lock wait time, you look at the deadlock frequency. How frequent do you attain a deadline? Gosh, I can't keep this call now. Okay, sorry, please. Okay, so you look at how frequent do you achieve deadlocks, what are the frequencies, so that you can now see, because the deadlocks are like roundabouts. You are trying to, I don't know, the best way to describe it is a roundabout where you are locked, you are just locked in traffic. You are locked in traffic. So there are times that your queries, you come to a deadlock because either your resources is being attacked, or you don't have enough memory, or the particular user is trying to perform tasks that is more than the capacity of the hardware. Now we're looking at the hardware now, so you can get into deadlocks, bottlenecks like that. So you look at now, these are the for the health of your data, because your database, you need to see, you need to understand, see the health. Okay, we can do Wazoo. There's a tool called Wazoo. I don't know if you've heard of Wazoo. It's mostly used for SOCs, is security incident and
yeah,
event
sure.
management. Okay, Wazoo, good.
Yeah,
Have you?
it's same
Okay, have
to,
you
it's the same to.
We only
it's the
heard
same
of it,
thing.
so I've never seen it before. Or I only heard of it. I only know about Splunk.
Splunk. Okay, good. Splunk is a perfect one. You have seen Splunk, right? Have you deployed Splunk before?
Yes.
Yeah, very well.
Yes. I've seen Splunk. Yeah.
Good. It's also a good one to do that. Now, why I mentioned was is because there's a plugin that you can also use to monitor database beyond monitoring when we say database now, there's a hardware that is hosting the database. Then there's a software that is hosting the DB too. I don't know if you understand. Let's say there's a machine, there's a computer or the server. You have to monitor the server. Then there's a software there's a operating system that is running on that server. You have to monitor it too. Then there's now the DB itself. Maybe Oracle, SQL, like you had mentioned, you have used SQL before. So those ones now are the database that you need to monitor. So you are monitoring like at least those three things. So you need to look at the you need to look at the health of those things. When your RAM, your storage is getting filled up and you don't know, you are not aware of it, or your RAM is failing, or one of your hard disks is failing, you know that everything you are even storing, you are saving in your database is being stored on the hard drive. So if your hard drive is failing, you are just doing a beautiful nonsense job. So you need to also know the health status of those particular item. Good. So these are the common performance bottlenecks. You see high CPU memory pressure, you see missing indexes. Yes, like some database are not structured properly. I don't want to go into some of these technical things. It will take more of our time. Now, if you are doing a database, if you are creating a database, a table must have a unique ID, must be indexed so that it will help you in when your queries are being run. It must be indexed. So, but if these things are not in place by the engineer or the database administrator or those that develop the program, then it will not be a problem. This is what you now recommend as a DB security engineer to look out for. So there's also what we call wait time or wait events in databases. Let's say person A or user A is trying to query a database to get balance. Let's say it's trying to get a balance or trying to check the entire conversation trying to query a database, and let's say another 50-60 persons who are trying to query the database. Now there's this what we call first in first out. The database will have to, when the first query is being run, it will lock the database. The database will be locked so that the next query will until the first query is finished before the second query can now run. A good example is, let's say I am trying to transfer money from, I'm using your banking application now as example. Let's say I am trying to transfer money from my account, or let's say we three of us work in the same company, and we are trying to transfer money from the company's account to another account. So let's say the current balance is 5 million, and I want to pull out 2 million, and another person is pulling out 4 million, and the balance is 5 million. You see that if the first query did not lock the database, and the second, or if the first and second query run simultaneously, then there will be a lock or there will be a dead end. I don't know if you understand this concept. Am I still connected?
Yeah, you're still connected.
Okay, so do you understand the concept now?
Yeah, I think I understand it.
Okay, let's say I have 5 million naira in my account, and two of us are trying to access that account. One person is trying to send 4 million, one person is trying to send 2 million. It's more than what is in the account. So if you run the first query, if you run the query simultaneously, normally if you're trying to do transaction, the normal flow is you check balance. From balance, you now check what the transaction amount. You now see if the transaction amount is less than the what they call it, the balance. The way the flow is now, you now grant the transaction. You will now move the 2 million, the 4 million will move. But now, if you are doing the two simultaneously, there's what we call wait in this. It will lock the database and perform the first transaction first, complete that, then now go and also try to execute the second transaction. If not so, there will be a problem in those transactions, because both of them will go successful if there's no wait. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. Okay.
Yes, I can understand.
Okay, good. So for SQL performance monitoring, there are critical SQL metrics you also look at. You look at execution time. If you run the query and it takes like 3 minutes for the query to run, then it's going to log the database. So what is going to happen for other queries, other people that are trying to run queries for 30 seconds? They will just be waiting for you. So you look at things like execution time, the frequency of such kind of queries, the resource usage. If you run the query, what is the I'm hearing beeps. I can't see the screen. So if you are,
I'm just trying to message, just trying to ask if someone is recording.
Okay, yes. So you look at the execution frequency, you look at the resource usage. If I run the query, let's say I'm selecting a particular I'm selecting something from database, what size of RAM does he use? What size of my memory does he consume when I'm running that? So those are things you look out for. So the objectives, your goal entirely as a anybody talking. Your goal is to actually isolate the top 10 queries consuming 80% of your host resources. You write somebody's mic is on. Okay. You write insufficient SQL code and remove redundant queries. Now, instead of saying select all from a particular, I don't want to be too technical in this conversation. But instead of saying you come to a class now and say all of you that are doing maths, you come to a class now, it's all of you that are doing mathematics, come out. You can just be specific in what you are doing. Don't say all of you. Just say you can now say you can just go with it's James. You want to see James that is doing maths. Come out. Be specific in your query so that you don't just bring out all of them before you now start filtering to get the particular thing you want to do. If you see the queries very well, you will understand what we are talking about. What we are looking at here is just to see how we can, monitor these things. There are tools we use to do that. Please, I want to do this slide for just 10 minutes. Okay. Okay. Please, are you seeing my screen?
Yes, you can see your screen.
Okay, good. So let me just be, as I'm saying these things, let me just be showing it. I think in this 1 hour may not be enough for us, and I don't want to take. So as I'm saying it, I'll just be showing you the things I'm saying. So this is a tool owned by Facebook, the Quest, owned by Facebook owned Quest. Quest now developed a tool called Foglight. So Foglight, this is the Foglight cloud. There's Foglight DB, and the primary purpose is to monitor, is for monitoring database. So there's a cloud version that was deployed. That's the one I want to use. You can actually, I can share the links. You can register and have a feel of what it is. You can deploy it on your local environment as well to see how it is. I cannot deploy it in this small time that we have, but this is how the interface look like. This is the interface of Foglight DB. If you it is for the Foglight cloud. Now you see database, you see host, you see VMwares, you see hypervisors, you see cloud, and you see containers. Now you can use this particular tool to monitor a database. Then what is hosting the database? That's the operating system and the hardware that is hosting the database. Then if you're using a virtual environment, you can see then it does for cloud and does for containers. Is my screen still visible, please?
Yes, I can see your screen, sir.
You can see my screen. You are seeing the dashboard.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is what it is. So we'll look at them one after the other. So now for these databases, because we'll start with this because this is our core here. But just like I said, it helps you to monitor. There's no need for you to. It's like you provide a lot of you provide cyber security on a server, or you provide confidentiality, integrity, and availability on a server, but you now kept it at the gate. So see, somebody can come and carry the server itself and go away because you are not monitoring it. So physical security ought to also be in place. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. There won't be need for you, to do all those things and not put physical security for what it is. So monitoring the device is very, very important. That's what I'm trying to say. So let's start. If you click monitor databases. Now, this particular tool, this one here, this interface we're looking at, we're just seeing how these tools are being monitored. I don't know. We have seen how the database are being monitored. How they deploy them is a different thing entirely. So you see the entire database that has been deployed on this particular instance of this Foglight DB. So there's about just generally, just like I said, the tool is used for monitoring and providing security for databases. So it can do a lot of database. Now, one of the good thing about, I'm not promoting this tool, but it's a tool that I've used over the years, and this one of the good thing about it is it's you can use it to monitor a lot of databases, instances of different databases. So like you can see now, you are seeing SQL Server. We have 6 of them, 6 instances of SQL Server here. We are seeing 4 instances of Oracle. We are seeing 1 instance of DB2. We are seeing MySQL. We are seeing 2 instances. Postgres SQL. You are also seeing 3 instances. MongoDB. You are seeing 2 instances. And SAP this you are seeing 1 instance. I think it can take about, there are up to 54 different databases. You can take up to about. So all you are seeing here now, you are seeing them in this. So what it does for you is it gives you an holistic view of your entire database in one view, in one dashboard. That's one beautiful thing about Foglight DB. You also see some of those databases have their own indigenous monitoring tools as well. But you know, most DB administrators manage more than one type of databases. So if you are using those indigenous tools, that means you'll be switching between tools and you'll not be able to have good correlation of what you are looking out for. So, but these tools does that for you. Now, you look at it from, this is the dashboard. This is how it looks like when you deploy the tools, both on cloud or on-prem. So whichever one you, whichever way you deploy it, and you can deploy it. It's both agent. You can deploy it an agent or agentless. What it means is, when I say agentful or agentic, is it has the server as you have installed. You now install an agent on the host computer that is hosting the database. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. You have to install an agent. If you have deployed Splunk before, you will understand what I'm saying. If you have deployed Wazoo before, you will understand what I'm saying. If you install this, so the computers you want to monitor, the databases you want to monitor, the host, you have to install an agent on it that will be reporting to this. So you can do that. Then there's also a way of setting it up agentless, because there are some environments you go to, they will not want to install anything on their server. So you'll have to now make provisions. And so Foglight has such in that. So now, if you click at this SQL Server, okay, we have 21 instances of these things running. So if you click at SQL Server now, you see the 6 SQL servers. You see them here. Now, one good thing about this tool again is that it can correlate. You can monitor different versions of a particular deep instance of DBs. Now we have 6 instances of SQL Server running here now. You see the first one, you see its SQL Server is 15. The version is 15.0.44. This one is 15. You see there's another one that is 16. There's another one as even as old as 13. That's this version. Then you can see the uptime. This is how long, this is since when this one has been up. You can see the workload on this. You see that, okay, oh, this particular one is just playing itself. Nothing is happening on these ones. So you have an overview of what it is. So you see things like this one, and this particular server, this first one now, we have 24 critical alerts. 24 critical alerts in this. We'll see them later. Then there's 24 fatal alerts, then 2 critical, then 6 warnings. That's what you are seeing here now. Then there's also what we call SQL Pi. SQL Pi is the one that give you insights into the queries that are being run, the queries and the users in it. So this is what it is. So if you click for Azure, you see them. So this is what it is. You see a summary of what it looks like. I'm interested in SQL and Oracle. They are the widest, most used. So we have 4 instances of Oracle that is running. You see the 4 of them. You see them with their different versions. So they are downward compatible because there are some legacy systems that you will also want to monitor in your environment. So these are you can use them. Then for DB1 too, you see. So when you click, you see what they have. Then let's look at this SQL Server. Now You have 6 of them. You see this I here now. If you click on this I or you click on this SQL Pi, it will pop up and it will give you an overview of all the stories we have been talking about since. So for that particular instance of SQL, this is an overview of it, of what is happening on that particular table. I've been talking about CPU usage. You see them. It's still loading. Don't mind it's still loading. It's coming up. So you see things like the SQL statements that are being run, the top SQL badges, databases in these instances. Every instance of a database has databases in it, and those databases have tables in them. So you can click on them and see what they look like for the databases. You see now you are seeing the CPU usage of this particular database. You are seeing the weight. You are seeing the memory weight as well from this place like that. Now you can see, if you want to be specific, you can click on this and see the memory percentage is loading. It's taking time to come up. Please, does anybody let me take one question.
I have a question, sir.
Go ahead, please.
This Foglight cloud, is it free or do we pay for it?
This tool is very expensive.
Wow.
But yes, it's very expensive. But you can deploy it locally for trial.
Okay, but I don't know that in my company there's one platform we use, Zabbix.
Okay, I know Zabbix.
Yeah. I think it does same thing like this, right? Because I know when we use it manages servers and databases as well.
It's a bit different. But go ahead.
Okay, I have another question again. Okay. So you explained something about the DB alarms.
Yes.
So are they like the vulnerabilities in the servers or the databases that the Foglight cloud found that we need to, you need to check for the vulnerabilities and remediate it or mitigate it, something like that?
Yes. So yes, I was going to get to that. So let's go back to the dashboard for this. So these are like, this is, let's click on this. You see these 24 pattern alarms. Mm-hmm. If you click on any of them, you will see the exact problem, what it is. Now look at what the problem is. Is the summary of the problem is saying that SQL Server Fata, this is this thing, and this is the, I think there should be this message, whose type statements encountered a problem, current task affected, database. You see, look at it here. This is the problem. So it raises an alarm when there was a query, and this is a critical alarm. Is categorizing it. This is critical. Then he also now suggests how to solve the problem.
Okay, which is very nice.
You understand his suggestion? Yes, he suggests how to solve the problem. So you can also see if this thing has occurred before. We talked about frequency of these things happening. So you can see if these things have occurred before, what time it happened. Then you can also take a look at that from this place. Yes. So you can see this is the particular agent. This is the type is it's an SQL DB. Then currently it's running fine, but it had a problem, and that's so you can see all these. Then for the critical alarms too, you can also see them. When you click on them, you see what they are. For the warnings and the errors, you can also look at them and see what they are.
Okay. Thank you very much. But before I leave, I also want to ask one last one. So since this platform now is not free,
Yes.
How do you suggest us to practicalize what we are learning now, since it's not free? I don't know if
Yeah.
you understand what I'm saying.
Now, yes, you see, it is not free, but is it today? There are ways you can. There are trial versions now. Even
Okay.
this Splunk that you use, the Wazoo that you use, all those ones too. You know, there are some premium. There are some integrations you want to do that you also pay for it. This one now, when you
Yeah.
register on, yes, when you register on their, when you register, I'll share the link. When you register, you can have access to this demo here, and you can set it up locally. I mentioned that earlier. Yes, you can set it up locally, but you will have 30 days trials, then maybe limited to certain number of databases you can
Okay.
monitor. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So I
Okay.
think yes. Yeah, so I have it installed. I have it
Hello,
set up.
hello, Mr.
Okay.
Israel.
Yes, sir.
Hello, are you there?
Yes, I can hear you.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes,
Yeah, we can hear you, Mr. Ali.
we can hear you. We can hear you.
I
Hello,
think
I
he's
think
not
he's not
hearing
there.
us.
Yes. So
Okay. So okay, so that we can keep you going. I think your time is. If you could just share the link so that we
Hello,
can.
everyone. Can you
I
hear
will
me?
share.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
We
we
can
can
hear
hear
you.
you.
Yeah, we can hear you, Mr. Ali.
Mr. Israel?
Yes, we can hear you.
Hello.
Yeah, Mr.
I
Lee,
think
we
he's
can
not
hear
hearing
If
us.
you.
you can hear me, please unmute.
We can hear
Just
you.
so
We
I
can
know
hear
where
you.
you can now.
I think he's the one that is not hearing us. Okay, maybe why is he trying to get our attention? Because I wanted us to look at one of these.
Sir. Okay. I know. You want to. If we could plead with Miss Ali to give you like a second class
Sorry.
to finish up,
Sorry,
would you?
I think Mr. Ali already posted the link to the second class.
Oh, to the second class.
Yeah, he
Okay.
put it in
Nice
the
one.
chat
Nice one.
box. Yeah, you
Nice
can
one.
check it in the
Okay.
Hello, if you can hear me, the time is almost off. Please, you can join. The link is in the chat box, okay? So you can join the new session, okay? So Mr. Greatmind can conclude, okay?
Yeah, maybe I'll also share the link in the WhatsApp group.
Yes,
Yeah.
perfect. Better.
Please. Thank you. Okay. So we'll have to end this one now and join the next one, right?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. Hello.
Hello, Gideon. Can hear you.
Okay, okay. I just wanted to know your same points. That's fine. Okay. So, sir, as I
Can you
was
hear me now?
saying, yeah,
Yes.
Mr. Great Minds. Yeah, so as I
Okay,
was
good.
saying, if we should plead with Mr. Lee to give us another
Mhm.
class, are you able to catch up with us again? Because and I feel like this platform is broad, and because of time, you're just trying to explain the platform, how to the whole, like what to find in so many sections and everything. Like I think there's still more to learn, like because I've seen that you've deployed some servers, and I know that deploying those servers is a process. That's a process of doing those things, and we can't take this short time to learn all those things. So if we plead Mr. Lee for him to give you another session, will you be able to come and join us for the next session, please? That is what I wanted to ask.
Okay, thank you so much. Now, there are two things now that you're asking now. We need to,
Okay.
is it to still, what my goal is not to introduce a tool to you. It just happened
Okay.
that we are introduced, yes, because there is a lot of tools. When it comes to DB security, this one now is just a tool that helps you to, there are some limitation with these tools as well.
Mm.
And there are some things we have to go and do in Waju. Even the Splunk that you say you have used before, there are some tools we have to now look at pulling up some plugins and see how we can, work with those things. But me coming around is not, this is like home for me. Whenever you
Oh,
say this, you can always do that. But
okay.
to deploy the tool now,
Mm.
I can also share videos. I don't know if I have this video on my channel, but I can check and do a video say how to deploy this tool locally so that you
Okay,
can have,
please.
yes, I think that, because even in another session we may not be able to finish deploying
Okay,
the tool,
please.
and
Because
Yeah,
I just feel you're scratching the surface. You're
yeah,
not
sincerely
going
speaking,
well.
yes, I just
yeah,
have to,
Mr. Israel.
yes sir.
Sorry, I suggest if there are probably some like educational videos or videos we've done around this that we can just like watch and gain more knowledge about this, because I'm very sure you can't like cover everything about this during
Exactly.
this session. Yeah. So if there are some videos we can actually go to, then see what's happening, then get more insight and more knowledge about this, then with the one you share with us now, then we can just know how to work our way around it.
Okay, I think you just talk to Doc about it. He will
Yeah, we'll
reach
talk
out.
about it. We'll talk
Yeah,
about
yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah.
We'll talk about
And
it today.
again, my question is,
Yes.
when you were talking about deploying
Mm.
as in these Foglights, you were talking about something like agents. So I'm now thinking, is it like something like maybe, for example, we want to deploy Splunk on prem, then we like have the Splunk enterprise and the forwarder on
The
the
forwarder, exactly,
endpoint. Okay,
exactly.
okay, something like that, right?
Yes, the forwarder is the agent.
Oh, okay,
Mm.
okay.
So you can
That will
have
be
you can
deployed
have
on the
multi
database.
on the hosts
On the
on
okay, okay, on the host hosting the database.
exactly.
Okay,
And
okay,
and
okay,
and you can also use integrate sysmong there
okay.
too. You know sysmong
Uh,
now.
yeah,
He's
yeah,
also
yeah.
an agent.
Okay.
For more, I think it's Windows tool. There's sysmong. There's also some other small tools also that you can also integrate that gives you some certain kind of information. And now pull those things there. Now that for Splunk that you have just mentioned now, the agent is the forwarder.
Yeah.
It's only monitoring the what is happening on the
Logs.
host, on the logs, the what is
Yeah,
happening there on the operating
yeah,
system. He's not
yeah.
looking at the hardware.
Mm,
Do you understand?
yeah,
He's not telling you the size
yeah.
of the memory. He's not telling you the what is
Yeah.
happening there. He's not
The
telling you all those things.
consumption, the memory consumption, and all that.
He's not looking at all those ones. Do you understand?
It's
But for
just looking
this,
at the events.
thank you, the logs that are there. So, but for this now, it looks at that and looks at the queries that are being run. That's where we are here now. You look at this is a particular query now is saying this, and look at this query is taking about 11 seconds to run. and it's taking about 81% of this particular. So if you click on it, you see a lot of info around it, and you now be able to make decisions to see that. Imagine if this is a banking app, or an organization that has about 2 million users, and they are an average, because we always look at 1% of your users being active at the same time. So 2 million users, 1% of 2 million, is it not 200,000? I'm correct. Abi, is it 20,000? So imagine 20,000 persons trying to run this. They have to wait for 3 seconds, even if it's 1 second. 20,000 users. That means you see that it's a long wait. It's going to be a long wait, and so that's where you now see that they say this is. So the insight of this particular query now is what you are seeing here now. It's saying that select this from DB2 process, this name, this as this. This is for you will need to also understand small things about database. Oh, that's just the truth. You will need to understand
I
some
have a little bit of knowledge about queries. Like,
queries.
yeah,
Yeah, me as well.
I'm also about to ask that. You said that is monitoring the queries that are being passed to the database. Will it also detect the malicious queries used by maybe an hacker?
Every query. It will monitor every query that the database is. Every query that comes to the database, it monitors it. In short, the user, and including the users.
Oh, the users event as well.
Yes.
Wow.
Let's
It's
go back.
powerful.
You know, this is just one. We are just looking at data. We have not even gone. This we are just looking at. Let me go back.
Oh, that's even alarm management. Wow, this is really nice.
So we are just looking at data. We have not seen host though. We have not come as cloud. If you have anything in cloud too, if you have any containers, you can look at them. So let's just do the next 10 minutes. Let's explore. Let's explore this. Let's look at the host, the machine itself. Let's see what I was saying. Let's see the hard disks, the size of the. So you see, this particular server that we're looking at it has 9 Windows machine that is running on it. 9 Windows machine. Look at the. Are you seeing the performances, the utilization? You are seeing the network, even the network too. You can use this to also monitor them to see what is there. Then I like to see. Let's look at the hardware usage. So you see, okay, this looks good. Let's go back to this. Sorry, my network this evening it's a bit. I find myself trying to struggle with internet.
So for like this one now, you're on the paid version, right?
Yes, this is the paid version.
Okay.
But when you deploy it locally, you can do most of these things.
Okay.
You can do most of this. Just that.
But to be for like a limited time.
For 30 days, and the number of databases you can deploy. Yes.
So please, we need the videos and the link, please. It's very important for us.
Okay. Just talk to.
We'll talk to it this night. Every day we'll talk about it this night.
So also, so see for the CPU, you can just play around. Can I share this link with you so that I need to share these particular resources? So let's look at the overview of this. VMware hypervisors. Let's look at this data. Are we saved? Yeah, mute your mic. You don't want us to hear your dog again.
Yeah, we save.
Okay. So I hope you are seeing this is in a data center. You know, in a data center, you have a lot of servers.
Yeah,
Then in those
servers.
servers,
Yeah,
you
server.
now have instances
Yeah.
of these things deployed. So generally, that's just these ones there. Okay. Now let's look at this guy. You can see. Mhm. Can see storages and see what it looks like. Let's explore this. So you can help you predict when your storage will be full based on activity, based on every tool now has AI integrated in it. So it can tell you that based on the usage over time, your database, your memory will be full, in a month's time, in 2 months' time, so that you can also prepare for if
To
your
purchase
devices are hot
space.
swap, if the OS you are using are hot swap enabled, you can now see how you can now start preparing
Upgrade.
for storage expansion, your backups. It also helps you to do backup.
Is it redundancy? Yeah.
Yes, good. Thank you for that. So now in one of my sessions, somebody had asked, like, if you have a code site, can this also monitor it? You understand?
Yeah.
It for replication, this also help you to monitor replication. Okay, let me just let's go back. This help you to monitor replications. If you have a DR, if you have a DR site, this can help you do that. Then if you have a code site, it can also help you monitor it all in one place.
Wow.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
You understand the code site, you understand the DR, right?
I understand DR, but I don't really understand the code side though.
The DR is not working now. That is not up. Yes, now.
Okay.
Where you have the same setup that you have in your DR, or you have it there, but they are all.
Okay. Yeah,
You
that's
understand?
okay. Yeah, I understand what you're saying now.
So you can also monitor those places too. It's taking time to come up. It's my internet today. So if there's any question, I think you should ask. I didn't even finish my slide, so I will share the slide. I didn't even go halfway on the slide. I will share my slide.
So you still need to come back. Still need to come back.
Slide so that you look at it very well and see what it is. So if you have question, please, you can ask question at this junction so that we will be able to. Thank you, Jesus. Any question, please? Or you can still another. Nobody's saying anything.
So I don't think we have any question. Okay.
Okay.
So my question is around the injection, like these SQL queries.
Okay.
So now I know, like in the range of maybe 24 hours, maybe in a company in the range of 24 hours, there are probably going to be like thousands or millions of queries.
Exactly.
Of which malicious queries might also be among of these queries that are being injected.
Yes.
So how are we going to, like, okay, now we are on this Foglight now. We've seen like thousands of queries. Trying to check one by one the ones that are malicious and the ones that are pure will take a lot of time. Is there anything is there a way that we can go around it? Like, it will be easy for us to detect the queries that are malicious from the ones that are like normal.
Okay, now you see, everything is based on what you defined. We are just looking at this thing from the surface. Look at these alarms. You can set up these alarms. Do you understand? Based on whatever you want, you can set up these alarms and do that. By default, there's an alarm template that works effectively. In short, if you are changing any of these templates here, from my experience, so you are lightening, you are trying to reduce, some things. That's what is there. Now look at this query insight. Are you seeing query insight here?
Yeah.
So if you click this query for this database now, you see query insight. That was where you saw all these queries. Now the ones that you if there's any malicious one, depending on what you have defined in your alarms.
Okay, to trigger. Okay, the template to trigger the alarm.
Yes. Okay. So that is what is giving us this. Is part of all these things that is coming up in this all these alarms here. You understand that we have 24 here, we have 11 here. Is part of all this.
Okay.
You understand?
It's triggering the alarms based off the
what you have
rules.
The templates. The templates.
Yes. The templates. So that's what is there.
Okay.
So any other question, please?
So the only question is just to send the video for us.
Okay, I will do a setup video.
Okay.
I will set it up locally, and let me just talk to Doc.
Okay, please don't forget us, please.
No. Don't worry, we'll do that. But you can also look. You can look out for Waju. See how Waju can do your research around Waju, monitoring database for Waju, using Waju to monitor databases. There are a lot of tools you can use to monitor. SQL itself has MySQL has MySQL admin console now that you can use to monitor.
But it's not as effective as this.
Thank you. So that's what we are saying. So this thing is, the license of this thing is very expensive.
Yeah, true.
So it's very expensive. I can count how many organizations that uses it in Nigeria. It's really, really expensive. Those that are serious with monitoring their databases, they are using it. Yes, they are using it. Anytime I demo this or demo Waju, there's always plenty talks around Foglight. Because it's not common. Okay, please go ahead.
Yeah, thank you very much. My question will be: is this software being used in many companies?
This tool is owned by Facebook, the owners of Facebook. It's so I want to leave the international part of it for you to now look at it. And when you say it's owned by Facebook, you should know that Facebook is using it to monitor their tools.
Yeah. From my research, it's popular. It's popular.
It's very.
Yeah, it's popular.
Very. It's very popular. Yes. Very, very popular. It's just that that database security is not a popular thing. You can easily find somebody that is doing ethical hacking, somebody that is doing application security, but for you to see somebody that is doing database security, is rare. Like it's not the roles that are open are not many, and also the people like an SME now may not really be deploying this kind of tool now. Is monitoring his database or trying to monitor. No, they can just put monitor their you do SIM there and be monitored using. But for them to now say they are monitoring, they used to control such out now, because when you host your application, you have contracted, you have outsourced that particular monitoring, so you don't get to do that. So there is organizations that do self-hosting that can do this for cloud. They will not be able to do that.
My company, we use Zabbix. I think Zabbix.
Yes, Zabbix. I don't want to on my server. I don't need to on it. I will show you. I also deploy Zabbix. So it's all right.
So again, please. So this is far better from your experience. This is far better than Waju.
No,
They
they
are
are
two
both the
different things now.
same. Yeah.
They are two different tools. This one now does not monitor, does not go deep now. That's why she does not go deep to monitor database. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like you're on transit. It cannot help you to monitor queries. You cannot see query insight. You cannot see for Washu now.
Yes, you can't.
Do you
But
understand?
yeah,
Uh-huh.
it monitors some other things. Yeah,
It monitors some other things, but not, So, but this one
not
gives
like
you
query.
details and overview of a lot of.
Okay.
Okay, is Doc still on the line on the call? If he's there, I think if there are no further questions, I will share the links for registering for this. But you will need to use a business email address to do that. But if you don't have that, I can also share. I will just share link and user details with you. Is that okay? Is anybody still hearing me? I'll share links and user details, login details.
Yeah, that's fine, sir.
Yeah.
That's fine. Well, is the one you share? Is it to the paid one?
Yes.
Oh, nice. Thank you.
Do you want to deploy it locally or you want to use the one on cloud?
I have a home lab though, but I don't know. Can I use it for local one for my home lab?
Because if you are doing local now, you will have to install SQL or whatever database you want to monitor.
Oh, this your video you want to share? Does it cover installing of SQL and all those things?
It now depends on what we
There's a lot. There's a lot to do.
You see, like what is here now, right? SQL Server was installed. Then six instance of SQL Server was deployed. You now connected it to this Foglight DB. So that means you have Foglight DB running somewhere. You have the database instance of the database running somewhere.
Well, just share this now. I will figure out my way myself. I will try my best to look for a way around it to go and do myself. I think it's not going to be easy, but God will help.
Yes, it's your determination. So that'll be awesome.
But still send the video, please. The video.
Okay, I will just take out time, do the video, then.
Yeah, please. The video and the logins. That will go a very long way.
I will do the video and share. It's very robust too. You will always like it. Okay. Is Doctor online so that if he's still on the call, that will be all from me. Maybe you should try and get his attention so that he will.
Let's see. Let me see if I can message
Hello everyone. Mr. Israel.
Hi, Mr. Ali.
Thanks. Yeah, thanks for. Sorry, I was away for a while. Thanks for joining this session. We are grateful to have you join this session and contribute to our efforts at BNS Level Lab. So we'll have another session. Okay, please stay back while we have another session with the other team. So thank you, Mr. Israel.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Israel, for sharing your knowledge.
Thank you, sir.
Looking forward to hear more from you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. So Mr. Lee.
Thank you. Thank you.
Mr. Lee, I have a question.
Hello, are you there? Hello, are you there?
Yeah, we're here. I
Yeah,
have
we're
a
still here.
question.
Okay, so we were supposed to have a session around Splunk, around creating dashboards and all. However, we are not able to have that, okay, because I have some engagements at this point. So, but please, you can just follow the instructions on the portal. I mean, everything is uploaded on the portal. The training data is there. And,
Is it the BNS site?
Yes,
And
yes.
BNS account?
Yes, Mr. Junaid. So the practice data is there, and also all instructions are also provided there. So once you are done and you upload, I believe that will make everything complete. So you'll be able to have your certificate of completion. Okay, if you have any challenge, like we shared previously, you can always reach out through our platform, whether our WhatsApp platform, LinkedIn platform, or via email. Okay. So having said that, I think we can call it a day. Thank you all for joining this session. The recorded session will also be provided via our group. Okay, thank you all.
Thank you very much.
Okay, no problem. Thank you very much. Okay.